Hello. Oh. Hi, somebody's watching. Is that you, Kelly? You're the only one I know for sure is coming. Oh. Hey. Oh, there you go. Awesome. We'll just wait just a few minutes. Is girls' camp next week? Woo. Wow, dude. Okay, then maybe we'll go ahead and get started because nobody else RSVP'd. So maybe I should just call you. We'll give it a few minutes in case someone else jumps on. Okay, so the compensation plan. Here's how it works. Every Wednesday we get paid 25% only on anything we sold since the last Wednesday. That's all that is ever. Just 25% of what you made since the last Wednesday. It doesn't even matter if you've sold $3,000 PD yet. It's 25% of what you sold since last Wednesday. So then, if you're bonus qualified, that's when everything else comes. So, if you're bonus qualified, then you are eligible for the enhanced retail commission, which can take you up to 35%. So, and that's based on your sales volume. So that is paid at the end of the month based on what happened the whole month. So say hi Peggy, welcome. So say that you sold $1,800 worth of retail sales, personal volume. You would earn 25% every Wednesday, and then at the end of the month, you would earn 7% more on $1,800. So you would earn like 18 times 7, whatever that would be. $18 times 7. And that would be added to your monthly bonus total. Then, after that, then you start thinking about the leadership phase. Okay? So, the first level of the leadership phase is senior stylist. And that means that you have sold $300 personal volume that month. And you have 2 legs that have also sold $300 that are bonus qualified. So, and your whole team over all of the time you've ever been in Color Street has to have sold a total of 2,000 altogether. So, those are the qualifications. If you are a senior stylist, you make 25% on all your personal sales. Then you make 3% of the total sales of all the people who are on your direct team. Okay, so that is senior stylist bonuses. Okay, you get your 25% or 35 or whatever you've done as far as volume goes, and then your commissions off your team are 3% of level 1, the people you've signed up. Okay, so who else is here? Oh, it's just Peggy and Kelly. Okay. Actually, I had that wrong. Just if you are bonus qualified and you have anyone on your team, you always make 3% on those people on your team if you're bonus qualified. If you have 2 qualified legs and you've sold $2,000 altogether, then you earn 3% on their volume and 3% on your grandkids' volume. Okay, so that's the bonuses of senior stylist. Team leader, qualifications are 3 people on your team have to have bonus qualified, and one of them has to be a senior stylist, which means she has 2 qualified legs and has sold $2,000. Okay? So, and you have to have accumulated $5,000 altogether ever in the company. What I figured out with these is when you have in the leadership phase, there's these accumulation requirements. So team leader, it's $5,000. Director, it's $20,000. For senior director, it's $50,000. And you'll see if you're looking at your monthly maintenance, it says 51% rule applies, 51% rule applies. So you have to have sold for team leader $5,000 total, but that month you have to have sold $2,500 of it, or $2,500 if you've sold way more than 5. Just a minute, Caroline. The $5,000 is not, the cumulative totals in the leadership phase are not subject to the 51% rule. But the maintenance, what you had to do that month is no more than 51% of that total that you need can come from one leg. It has to come from more than one leg. Thanks. So, director, total $20,000 sales. All $20,000 of that can come from one leg, but you have to have sold $7,500 with your group that month. No more than half of that can come from any one leg. Does that make sense? Are you both looking at a copy of it? Because this would make no sense to me if I was just listening. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so how you get paid as a team leader, so this is a humongous jump. So when you're a senior stylist, you get paid 3% on the people you enrolled. Okay, so Peggy, you're not looking at the printout? Do you have another screen you could pull it up on? I'll keep going while you take a minute to answer that. So when you're a team leader, you earn 3%. You actually earn... Yes, print it, girl. When you're a team leader, you actually earn 6% on the people you enrolled, and 6% on the people they enrolled, and then 3% on the people they enrolled. So you go down 3 levels, and the first 2 levels it's 6%, 6%, and then the third level it's 3%. On top of your 25% that you earn by selling your own personal volume. So that's when it starts to get fun. So then director earns 6% on her team, the people she signed up. She earns 6% on the people they signed up, 3% on the people they signed up, and 3% more on the people they signed up. It goes all the way down to, okay, the reason you don't see the 6% is because you see enroller bonuses, E1, 3%, and then you'll see level 1, 3%. Those are the same. It's the same group. So when you're just a stylist that's just a stylist, you earn 3% on your level 1. So you see how it says E2 is not applicable? So you just earn 3%. I know, right? So all the way through now you are earning 6% on those first 2 levels, and then it adds 3%, 3%, 3% as you go on down. So that leadership depth bonus I haven't delved into, but my guess is you just, after the 4th level, you get 1.5 of your first, down to the 5th level of your first downline senior director. So if you think about it, she's your same rank. When you're a senior director, if anyone on your team is a senior director, you get paid to the down to the fifth level of their generations. So anywhere that you find that in your legs, so that's the 3% or the 1%, 1.5%, in addition to all of the other 6%, 6%, 3% on level 3, 3% on level 4. Okay, so then when you get to the executive stage, yeah, you can look at the requirements there, but you'll see that you are now making 1.5% on your total team volume. So this is when you're really making like if they're selling $50,000 group volume in that month, which they have to in order for you to be an executive director, then you are making $7,500 a month minimum on your team. So then so the generations is really interesting. So when you are an executive director, if someone on your team becomes, I think it's if they become a national executive, so they can't really go, yeah, seriously. So if you're an executive director and you have someone who is a national director, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this is how this works, that can't go any more up, they are removed from the rest of your team. But don't worry, they become generation 1, okay? And then you earn 3% on their whole team. So if they're a national executive, it's going to be great. They are going to have a big team that they make $300,000 group volume a month. So you would make, let's see, $9,000 at least on that one leg every month that you have a generation. And so then you can have a generation 2, so then if you're a senior executive, you make 1.5% on your team. And then if any of them have left your team to become first generation, second generation, then you've got 3% of your first, 3% of your second, and it goes all the way down to third generation. And that's as far as that goes in the generations. Then you become the national leadership pool. And so you have to be selling at least 1% of the entire company's, yes you are, sell at least 1% of the entire company's gross volume, then you just get like a cut of everything the whole company is making. So 20% of all of the, I guess, profit of Color Street is divided by everyone who is a ruby, and 20% by the emeralds, and 40% among all the diamonds. So that's how it goes. Oh, and then you get the lifestyle bonuses too when you're up there, starting with executive director. Executive director, you're going to get an extra $500 every single month just for being an executive director. When you're a senior executive, you get $750 every month, and if you're a national executive, you get $1,000 every month just for that rank. Just that's the leadership one that they want you to look really luxurious and buy like a really nice car or something to make people want to do Color Street. That's the idea behind that. So, any questions? Melissa, you joined later. Hi, love you. The one thing I wanted to make clear is I don't understand that either, Kelly. So, you become one of them, sapphire, ruby, or emerald, by having at least 1%. Your team's group volume is at least 1% of the whole company's group volume. That is how you get. So you are probably really well on your way to that since you have the biggest team in Color Street. But yeah, your teams just have to find those leaders. Okay, so as far as requirements go, let me say again, you will see who have accumulated okay. Senior director has to accumulate $50,000. Executive directors have to accumulate $150,000 group volume. So again, this is over all time since you signed up, and it does not the 51% rule does not apply to that accumulative goal, except for, I think it might in the executive stage. I didn't drill Glenn Mills about that because it says on here that the 51% rule applies in that box, whereas in the senior director, director, and team leader, it does not say that until monthly maintenance. Do you see what I'm talking about? In team leader, director, and senior director, you see the 51% rule applies in monthly maintenance, but it doesn't apply in how to promote to that leadership phase. But if you look over at executive, it is how to qualify. It is part of that. So when your team has sold 150,000 in group volume, no more than 75,000 could have come from one leg in order to promote to that, and you will have had to sell 50,000 group volume that month, and not more than 25,000 can come from one leg. So, so that was really important to me this time because my team, had definitely accumulated $5,000, but most of it had come from one leg. But the monthly maintenance of $2,500, that was evenly shared. That was supposed to be, you can start placing people as a team leader, as a director. You actually can see it when you log into your back office. It says placement. There's a new tab, like with your orders, profile, whatever. There's a placement, and you just click on the name. And I don't know how you do it after that because I haven't wanted to move anyone yet. But so you are, Kayla, you are qualified to do that already. So the other thing that I've been drilling Glenn Mills about is the Jump Street qualification that to me is really vague. So, or at least I want to know how people can make a goal for this and really know they're going to reach it and not be sadly surprised. Because, okay, the selling ones are obvious. You sell 1,000 PV, you get the prize. And I noticed that all of the sales goals, 1,000 in your first 35 days, 2,500 in your first 65, and 4,000 in your first 95, those prizes are all product, which is pretty cool. A $100 product pack for the first one, a $150 product pack, and a $250 product pack for the third one. So honestly, like, if you're continuously enrolling people who are reaching these goals, they were saying, CJ Summers did her live, and she's like, you should never have to buy strips. They're just going to be sent to you all the time to wear, to give away as prizes, to use for your parties or whatever. Way generous. So as far as the enrolling stylists, okay, so it says you have to enroll one stylist who is bonus qualified in her first 35 days. So one of our team members, Heather, she enrolled Holly. And Holly sold $260 last month. So she didn't bonus qualify, but she got really close. But her 35th day is July 17th. So my question to Glenn was, does she need $40 more for Heather to get that bonus? Or, because I know bonus qualified is only calculated on calendar month. So what I found out, this is what it sounds like to me, but I'm worried this isn't true. But this is what it sounds like to me. I don't know why they have to be bonus qualified in their first 35 days, because really what they have is the first full month they are in Color Street. So someone signs up today, right, July 11th, they can either get bonus qualified by July 30th for you to get that bonus, or they can get bonus qualified by August 30th, because technically their 35th day is in August. So he said they have the full month, even if their 35 days ends in it. So I think they should word the Jumpstart as enroll one stylist who is bonus qualified by her first full month in Color Street. Yeah. Do you agree too, Caroline? So I was just like, I just didn't feel like it was fair to expect someone who enrolls on the 20th to have to bonus qualify by the 30th if they have 35 days. Does that make sense? So he confirmed. I spelled it out and I said, does that mean they have the entire full month? And he said, yes. So Holly, that's good news. You have all the way till July 31st to do 300 again. Well, I guess Heather, for Heather to get her jump start. So those of you who are sponsoring people, definitely it's really important for us to be very familiar with Jumpstart because it is a huge help for them if they qualify. Now, oh, hi Heather, I didn't know you joined. Okay, yes. Congratulations on your new team member too, Heather. I'm excited about that. Oh, hi, Allie. So anyway, this really is, like, in a way, the people that you enroll, you're kind of like depending on them. So, oh, see, that's really interesting. So the second one is enroll 3 stylists who are bonus qualified in their first 65 days. So that makes sense. Maybe they have till the second full month for all 3 of them to get bonus qualified. I don't know. Just encourage everyone that you enroll to bonus qualify and to get that $1,000 in personal volume. So the reason why Jumpstart is so cool is because it's perpetual. You know, I was thinking I am going to make a goal to add like at least 2 team members every month so that there's always the hope of Jumpstart, because if they reach their Jumpstart goals, you get the rewards on your direct enrollees. So, so enrolling people and then encouraging them to reach these goals will do 2 things. First of all, it will help them get a good, what's the word, inventory, as well as not have to pay for twosies and catalogs and all that stuff, because those are all the prizes, and it gives them extra money, right? Plus, what it does is it gets them out there. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this. Let's do this. Let's earn that $1,000 in 35 days. And by then, it's like, wait a minute, what else can I do? Maybe I can do, you know, try this thing. And I love how everyone's sharing their ideas about online parties and vendor events and stuff like that. Okay, is it gone? I think it's gone. Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, I encourage you to consistently, just like every month.
Some is on the top, but now it's still down.
Oh. Okay, well, take it in the kitchen and do your best. You have to turn it upside down. But will you take it in the kitchen?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Then I think it's gone if nothing's coming out, okay? I'm worried that's going to fall. Can you take that in the kitchen? Okay, what you're struggling with first one's regarding group volume. Okay, so Kelly, your team sold, you know, $30,000 or something in July. Yeah, it was the 50. So I was like, I can be a team leader if the 51% rule only applies to the $2,500 maintenance and not the $5,000 total accumulative over any period of time. So I did not get that answer until July 1st. So I made like a $500 order to make sure that $2,500 of my group volume came from not your leg. Just to make sure, because you make so much more as a team leader that even making that purchase, I still came out with more than if I had been a senior stylist at the end of the month. So I made that decision, but it turns out I didn't have to do that. It would have worked out just fine I would have been $500 more ahead if I, you know, but it worked out fine because I love it. I have one of every style in stock, and I still came out with more money. So it's like, you know what, I don't regret it. But that's what I was confused about, is I thought the cumulative amount you're supposed to have had to obey the 51% rule, and it doesn't, at least in the leadership phase. In the executive phase, it might, and I'll drill into that one. That is an opportunity for me at some point. But any other questions? You're spilling water on my legs. You could even say no if you're not typing a question. This is a little awkward. So the 51% rule applies to the monthly maintenance. So, Melissa, you would only get the benefits if you're bonus qualified because it's a bonus. So you may, you don't have to sell 1,000, but if Lisa's going to go crazy, you need to sell 300 to make anything off of her at all. You have to be bonus qualified. So, yes, yours was the situation I was talking about, Heather. Holly has to start over, but she has the whole month. She doesn't just have till the 17th, which is the good news. Okay, so the 51% rule. So every month, for example, say this month I was paid as a team leader and I ranked as a team leader. But if I don't have 3 qualified legs, if at least 3 of you don't get bonus qualified and 1 of you isn't a senior stylist, then I will get paid as a stylist or as a senior stylist, depending on, you don't lose your title, but you don't get paid as that title just because you reached it once. Wait, this isn't a good time for that, okay? Ellie. I never let my kids just watch themselves in the camera. I should just let them make videos of themselves because they couldn't think of anything more fun. Anyway, so yeah, Melissa, you get those benefits. So every month, when you are in the executive phase, you have to sell $300,000 in group sales every month, and $150,000 can't come from more than one leg, or can't come from just one leg. So it's really good to build wide. Is what that comes down to is make your team, your personal team, as big as possible, because some people are going to go crazy. What do you mean? What do you mean let it go? Oh, big song. Anyway, so some people are going to go crazy. Some people don't want that much out of it. They just want an extra $200 a month or something, and so they're going to do what they're going to do. But the more people you involve, then the more likely it is that you're going to have those team leaders. And I want you to understand something. I mean, these cumulative totals are really big and everything, but national executive, the highest one, you need 8 qualified legs. Sure, they need to be in leadership positions themselves all the way down. So you just need 8 people that are bonus qualified, but 2 of them have to be a senior director. 1 of them has to be an executive director, and 1 of them has to be a senior executive director. And they all have to be in separate legs. But the other good news is it can be anywhere down that leg. It doesn't have to be the person you signed up. So say Melissa, that you never get anybody but Lisa has 30 people on her team, and she becomes a senior executive. I can still rank up because she, in your leg, is that rank, even though you're not, and you're my enrollee, but that doesn't matter. So that's really good news. Just build wide. Tell everybody to build wide, because somewhere in every leg, someone's going to be doing awesome. Let's not fight over that, Josh, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, just have Kelly and Melissa left. So Kelly, what was your bah-ha-ha about the Let It Go? Because that came first. Heather, are you still on here? Because I never even saw you enter. You're just commenting.
Can I look at myself in the video?
Okay, awesome. Okay,
Mom, can I look at myself in the video?
say goodbye to everybody. They're watching right now. It's like we're on TV.
Bye! Go, go.
Okay.
Go, go. Go,
You guys
go.
can whenever you want.
Go, go.